There, welcome back to my channel. This is Midi J, and in today's video we're going to be doing the next Shop My Stash. So this is my case from the previous Shop My Stash. I'm going to quickly go through the products that I pulled in the last time, give you guys my thoughts about them, share a little bit of information, and then we're going to go ahead and pick some products together. So if you do like Shop My Stash videos, please check out my playlist and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on social media. I'm Midi J across all platforms if you're not following me already. And if you are subscribed to my channel, please consider turning on your notification bell so you know when next I release a video. Any products that I mention, I will try and pop them in the description box with shopping links. Those links are affiliate links, which means that I'll make a little bit of income when you do shop them, if you do shop them. No pressure at all, and it's no extra cost to you. Every single bit just helps with my channel. So let's start. All right, first things first, let's give it up for the iPhone 13. So I'm shooting in cinematic mode. First time shooting in cinematic mode, and hence why you can see that it's kind of, do you see that? Like it just automatically focuses, which I've never been able to do because my professional camera, you have to manually focus, but we're using the iPhone today and I am loving that. So let's go through this case. So this was the previous Shop My Stash. So I'm just going to start wherever. The first is the Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder in Translucent Tan Deep. I've mentioned this a few times now. This is hands down one of my favorite loose setting powders. I don't know if Tarte still makes this one. I know they do have it in transparent, but I don't know if they make this tan deep. If they do, I will link it. Honestly, I've been trying to find it because I need me a backup. I can't find the shade. Sound off in the comment section if you know where I can get this, because I don't see it on the Tarte website. Maybe I'm not looking properly, but anyway, this is one of my favorite setting powders, hands down. Love it. And this one I pull in every time because I kind of just want to use it up. And this is the Makeup Revolution, but not, ooh, here it goes. Sorry, this is going to take me a minute to get used to, so hopefully it's not going to be annoying. This is the Makeup Revolution Banana Setting Powder. This just gets pulled into every Shop My Stash because I do like this powder and I do like the yellow undertone that it gives me. So I normally like to mix it in with a powder that is either too transparent, so it doesn't give any definition, or I need some yellow contrast depending on the foundation or concealer that I use. I don't use it every single time, but it is one of those powders that I do love. Next, I've got the Black Opal powder. So this is one of the powders that I like mixing in with the Revolution one because it's quite dark on me, underneath my eye. It's such a good powder for setting my face. The Tarte Cosmetics powder as well is really good for setting the face and not just the under eye. So I do like this. This one's almost done as well. It's definitely a really good powder. I didn't actually get to use the Jeffree Star powder that I pulled in as much as I said I wanted to just get some use out of it, because obviously I purchased it because I was intrigued. You know, a lot of people online said this was a really good powder, especially for people of color because of the tone, but I didn't really get that much use out of it. But I have used it in the past and I did enjoy it. The only thing I didn't enjoy is the smell. The smell, baby. For setting powder, can we just make it odorless, please? So that's the only thing I don't really like about the powder, but in terms of the finish, it's pretty good. More powders. So obviously this is my staple. This is the Revolution Pro CC pressed powder. I don't actually use pressed powder as much right now since I've been using the Tarte powder, because as I said, you can use it on the face. But this is a pretty good powder from Revolution Pro. And I've got the shade in Deep as well. And then the medium is the one that I use all over my face. So those just naturally get pulled in to Shop My Stash. And those are the powders. I love that my case is still semi-arranged in as much as it's been a couple of weeks. So let's do foundations. So I did pull in the L'Oreal True Matte Foundation. I want this to be like a mixing foundation because I did pull in one lighter foundation, and I do love the finish of this. I do love the color that it gives my lighter foundation. I do love the finish on the formula of this one. It's a really good foundation. I do have oily combination skin, and this pretty much lasts a couple of hours. Like if I was to use it on its own, I would have to use a mattifying primer, like a really good mattifying primer, but the longevity will be there if I do prime properly. So I pulled in these two foundations together, and this is the Maybelline Superstay foundations, and this is 60 and 70. And as I mentioned in the video, I have to mix these two because I don't think there's a 65 in this particular foundation, and these two mixed together really work. Or I mix the 60 with the L'Oreal True Match. It really depends on what I'm feeling like. But in terms of the foundation itself, it has really good longevity. This is a really good long wearing foundation. You know, when they say long wearing, this is her in a bottle. So you can prime properly, you can use a mattifying primer to even prolong the longevity of the foundation, but the foundation on its own is really good long wearing. I mean, this stuff is really good. All right, so this was another one that I pulled in. This is the Decipher Custom Foundation. This is from a Black-owned brand. I mentioned them. I did a piece of work for them, so do follow me on Instagram because I did post about it. But their online matching system is very good, and you can get samples of your online match, test it first before committing to a full bottle. They also do pigment drops, which you can use to conceal. Really pigmented pigment drops, but this is a foundation. I like this because you can specify what finish. So I went for a foundation that's suitable for oily to combination skin, but you could do dry skin if you like you can really customize your finish. So for me, the color, the finish is everything that I need in a foundation. And the only reason why I'm not using it consistently is because I don't want it to finish. I really like this foundation and I don't want it to finish because, as I said, I did a piece of work for them. And so I did get this as part of the piece of work. So I don't want to, you know, when you're trying to make sure that the product lasts because it's such a good foundation. So I normally wear this when I've got occasion or when I've got client work because I know the finish is perfect and I know that it is my skin tone. So I love this foundation, for real, for real. Next, I've got the Too Faced Born This Way. This is pretty much a really old foundation, and it's not the best when it comes to oily skin. It actually says that it's oil free, but let me tell you something. This thing is oily, baby. It's really oily. I don't know what they're talking about it being oil free. The shade that I've got is Mahogany, and the tone is pretty alright. It's a little bit redder than what I would have expected or liked, but I'm trying to finish it up. It isn't by any means necessary my favorite or top of my favorites. It's just one of those foundations that I have it in my collection. I don't believe in wasting money, so I'm just gonna finish it up. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Yes, this is one that I love, and this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. Believe it or not, this is actually my second bottle. I don't tend to repurchase foundations as much because I do have quite a lot in my collection, but this one I've repurchased. So this is the second one, and it's already pretty much downed because, you know, the use of this is pretty good. I have, as I said, I have combination oily skin. It won't last you 24 hours. Like, don't let them lie to you. It's not going to do that. However, if you do prime properly, like your base is matte, it will last you a good time. And the finish is pretty natural looking. It's really good. Doesn't sit in fine lines or creases or anything like that. And it just works really well with concealers and powders. Like, it's one of those foundations that work well with others. So yeah, for that I do love it, and I do love the color and the shade selection available. So do check it out if you're looking for one. All right, now we're doing primers. So this is the Benefit Professional Primer. For the longest time, this was my go-to pore filling primer. It's still a really good pore filling primer. So basically, if you've got large pores, if you find that when you put foundation on your face, you can really see the texture of your skin, it doesn't look smooth or anything, that means that you've got pores, a lot of pores, which happens to me a lot. So with this primer, it helps to smooth out and kind of fill in those pores, just to give you a smoother base when you apply your foundation. And as I said, for the longest time, I thought this was the best of the best. But having used the Tarte one, the one that I always talk about, the smoothing primer, this is probably my second or third best. So I am trying to finish up this product because I've had it in my collection for a little while, and it's pretty good. It isn't a primer that I use on a daily basis because all it does is fill in the pores, doesn't keep my foundation in place for longer, isn't mattifying, like all of that good stuff that I look for. And I don't really like combining primers. It's just a personal preference. You can if you want. So yeah, this is just pretty much me trying to finish it. I do recommend it if you're looking for a pore filling primer. However, for around the same cost, maybe give or take £10, you can buy the Tarte smoothing primer, which is a lot better and value for money, because that one kind of mattifies your skin as well and keeps the foundation on for a little longer. So yeah, rant over. Next up, I've got the Revolution Liquid Powder Pore Blurring Makeup Serum. Now this one doesn't blur anything. It doesn't blur anything, I tell you that. This thing does not blur anything. What it does do is mattify your skin. So if you've got really oily skin and you're looking for something to mattify the skin, this is her. It's really liquid, but when you let it dry down, and I mean give it like 10-15 minutes, like you guys need to give your products a good couple of minutes to dry down in between application in order to actually see the benefits. So if you can let your primer dry down, this will hold you in place. I like to use this alongside the Urban Decay because they work really nicely together. But this, as I said, it's not gonna blow your pores. It's not gonna do that, but it will mattify your face. So next up, I've got the Revolution Hydra Matte Primer. As I said, I've mentioned this so many times and I've featured this product in so many videos. This is one of those I'll take it for the team type of primers. It works with every single foundation I've got in my collection. It's such a good primer. If the foundation is really mattifying, it brings in the hydration as well as keeping the foundation on for longer. If the foundation isn't mattifying at all, it brings in the mattifying. I don't know, it just works that way. So if you're looking for an all-rounder type of primer, especially if you've got combo skin or oily skin, then I would definitely recommend you try this. If you've got dry skin, I've heard from my dry skin friends that this really works because it brings the hydration every time, but still helps to prolong the longevity of the foundation. So yeah, this one is a really good primer. This one is one that I've repurchased quite a few times as well. Let's do concealer. So this is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer in 47S, and this is not my shade, like I tell you that. And this was just me experimenting, trying to find my shade online. I tell you something, the models that they use or whatever shades they use on the website, it's a lie. Because when I try to match myself using the models and the pictures, it just I'm like, Tarte, come on, you could do better with the shade matching. But anyway, I bought this one. It's not my shade. So what I do is I combine it with my Conceal and Hydrate Concealer from Makeup Revolution in C13. The C13 is a little bit too red and a little bit too dark for underneath my eye. So this brings in the yellow and the brightness underneath the eye. So these two together work really nicely. This one is a really good concealer in itself. It doesn't sit in fine lines or anything. The best way to use this concealer, because I did struggle initially as well, is to let it dry down. This is a pretty wet formula. It's a pretty wet concealer. So when you do apply it sparingly and let it dry down. I mean, invest in a fan if you need to, but let it dry down before you actually blend it out. This one, on the other hand, this one dries down pretty quickly. So if you are going to let it dry down, I suggest maybe 2 minutes because this guy dries quickly. But this one, you need to give it a couple of minutes to dry down so that you can really blend it. But the two of them together, chef's kiss. I love it. It's been my combination for the last couple of weeks. This one needs no further conversation or introduction. We all know the Conceal and Define from Makeup Revolution is Bay. This is the original size, the little one. Can this thing focus or nah? It's like it's struggling to see the name, nah? Okay, that's better. So this one needs no introduction. This is C13. It's a little dark underneath my eyes. So again, I reach for the Tarte Shape Tape. And this one I didn't use. This is the It Bye Bye Under Eye. So I can't really remember what it's like, but I think I do have a video of this and I think I did like it. But yeah, this one's another day. And then I pulled in my Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil. This I have used in a few videos on my YouTube channel. I've talked about it quite a bit. This is a really good illuminator from Danessa Myricks. Now, I like to use my illuminator in so many different ways. Sometimes I mix it in with my moisturizer if I'm using it on my body. Sometimes I apply it right on top of my face primer before I apply my foundation, just so that it kind of shines through and illuminates through the foundation. Sometimes I mix it into the foundation. So it really depends on my mood. But all in all, what it gives me is that natural glow from within. It's very beautiful. It has like a rose gold, golden type of color to it. And the formula of this one is nice and thick, which looks really nice on the skin. So I've got this. I think this is the sample size or the little size. I'm not sure. I do know that it comes in a bigger bottle. So that's that one. I love it. Let's continue with face products. So face product, this is one of my favorites. You can see that the packaging is quite dirty because I used it quite a lot. This is the Opal Midi Palette, and this is in dark or deep. Yeah, so this is the Midi Palette, Face Midi Palette in deep. And this is what mine looks like right now. Pretty much use that shade to contour. That's a fantastic highlighter, and that one is Sahara Dawn. And then that's a blush slash highlighter. And that one is Abu Dhabi, maybe. I believe. Do you know what? I can never read this properly. Is it going this way, that way? I don't know. But anyway, this is such a beautiful shade if you like illuminating blushes. Like, you're not really a blush person, but you kind of like highlighter. You kind of like a little bit of color and shine. This is your girl. You can see I love this. This is one of my favorite face palettes. I'm always tempted to pull it into every shop my stash, but I know I can't do that because I've got other products to look through. But this one, girl, yeah, she do the do. Excuse my washing machine if you can hear it, but girls gotta do laundry. All right, so we know the history of my Morphe Glamabronze bronzer in Phenom. That's what it looks like. I finally hit pan and all of that, but the quality of this is a little bit suspect. Like, it takes too much effort to actually get it to build, so I actually think it's pretty old and bad. So I am gonna declutter this, but I wanted to show you what it looks like before I declutter it, because I did buy myself another one. Change this leader. So this is my new Phenom. So this is it. So I've got a new Phenom. This was a limited edition packaging. That's why it looks like that, but it's supposed to be the same product. And you can tell that I've been using this one because this one, as I said, is a little suspect because it's a little old. But this is one of my favorite bronzers, period. Like Morphe makes really good bronzers, really good face products, really good products generally. But this is really good for me. So I'm gonna have to let this one go. I'm probably gonna put it to the side because it's coming towards the end of the year, and that's when I do my declutter and all of that series. So that's never gonna come back into my collection, and I'll probably declutter it in my declutter video. But Phenom, beautiful. Oh, I did actually pick up another one before I picked up Phenom again, because I was like, oh, let me try a darker shade, and then it came broken. And it's just been breaking further, but you know what? I will use it. I do not care. And this is in shade Leader. I just can't travel with it, but I do use it quite a bit. I do like the formula. It's pretty darn good. Okay. Couple more face products. The MUA Cosmetics MUA Academy Glow palette. Again, this one is a limited edition packaging, and this is the highlight kit in Golden Delights. Gorgeous. Like these two tones on my skin, beautiful, beautiful chef's kiss. Very inexpensive. If you are gonna pick it up, it does come in a black packaging. As I said, this was like their limited edition summer collection of some sort, but then it came out in their standard black packaging. So if you are looking for it in the stores, it will be in a black packaging. I love it. It's so beautiful. I did pull in another bronzer, but I didn't get around to using it because I was so obsessed with Phenom. And this is the Barr M Heatwave. I know what you're saying. It's not dark enough. Girl, I know. I know. But what I used it for was to kind of smooth out and even out my bronzer just so that there are no harsh lines. But I didn't need to do that because Phenom does that naturally for me. Couple more highlighters. Okay. I pulled in the MAC Beaming Blush. This is like a rose gold finish. This is so beautiful. Such a beautiful rose gold finish. I love it. I'm going to give you a little swatch because I feel like not enough people talk about this particular highlighter from MAC. Like, it's just really pretty. Really, really pretty. I love it. It just catches the light. Like, it's just stunning. And then Jouer in rose gold. Another beautiful one. I love. And I used it quite a bit. I actually prefer it to the Beaming one from MAC. It is stunning. Stunning, I tell you. Stunning on the skin. And then I pulled in this blush from Wunder 2 and I didn't end up using it. To be honest, oh, why didn't I use this? Orange coral color. So it's called Peachy. I didn't use it. I'll probably pull it back in because it's so beautiful. I didn't use it at all. And I didn't even use this one from Pixie either. On the Glow Blush. So I'll probably pull this one back in. This one is shade Juicy. Another bronzer. So the XX Revolution bronzer in Agenda. Didn't use it. Didn't use it. I don't know why. I think I forgot. I think I forgot that I have it there. And then my little blush quad from Makeup Obsession in Ultraviolet. This has so many beautiful colors that look really well on brown skin. So beautiful. Didn't really use it, but I've used it in other videos. And then a couple of face palettes from Morphe. This is the 8S palette. This is like the highlighter palette. There are quite a lot of highlighters in here. Don't think I probably reached into it once for that shade called Big Bang, but didn't really reach into it. So I don't know. But this one I did. This is the 8C palette. This is the blush palette. I did reach into this. Oops, sorry. I did reach into this quite a bit. But what I found is that these blushes are pressed really, really hard in the pan. So it took a lot of like rubbing my brush in there to actually get the payoff. Which is a shame really, because I kind of wish that they were softer pressed, just so that I would pick up a little better on the brush. But Still beautiful though. Still came up looking cute. So those are those two. Let's do this corner. All right. So setting sprays. I did pull in the Morphe X Jeffree Star setting spray. As I said, I've said this so many times. I'll say it again. I bought a lot of these setting sprays because it is one of my favorite from Morphe. And when the whole hoo-ha with Jeffree Star happened, I capitalized on it and I bought a bunch. I think I bought about 7 or 8 of these setting sprays because I knew it was going to be discontinued and I love it. So I finished this one and so I pulled in another one because it just works. Now, this is not a setting spray. This is a mist. This is a set and refresh mist. What this does is it helps the makeup settle down. It helps it stop looking powdery, looking cakey, or anything like that. It's not going to prolong the longevity of your makeup. It's just going to freshen it up and make it look more skin-like. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not sitting on your skin. If you're looking for one to really set your makeup and improve longevity of your makeup, this one from Barr M blew me away. This is the all night long makeup setting spray. And I know what you're thinking. You're not going to think much when you look at it, but trust me, baby. This thing is long lasting. It's extra strong. It's from Barr M. Chef's kiss. Such a fantastic setting spray. Kept my makeup on for long. So yesterday I went out, had my makeup on from around 9 o'clock. Didn't come back until about 10 o'clock. And I didn't retouch. No retouching. A little bit of dewiness around my nose. And that's it, girl. That was it. And I've used this a few times, so it's not the only time that I've used it. But that was probably the longest time me wearing makeup in a couple of weeks. So that setting spray is brilliant. Setting mist from Morphe is also brilliant. Clearly, because I bought a bunch. And I'll be pulling it back in. Let's put these here. This one is a surprise. So I recently did a collaboration with a brand, and one of the products that I used is the Huda Beauty Matte Perfection Makeup Base. And oh, this is a pre-makeup base. I did mention on one of my videos that I don't really have that many Huda based products. But I'm beginning to see why a lot of you love Huda-based products, because this thing works. It did keep my makeup on for longer. It did help to mattify my skin. Again, just like I said, when you apply it, it applies like a liquid. It's pretty liquidy. You know, this is the tube. It's pretty liquidy on the skin. So you're not going to think much about it because it's so light on the skin. But what you need to do is give it a good couple of minutes to settle down and dry. If you can do that, you will reap the benefits of this product. So this one, I was highly surprised. First time using it. I've used it since then, maybe 3-4 times. Same effect. I absolutely love it. All right. Think I'm ready to do eyeshadow palette. Oh no, I've got one more quad. So this is the BlackUp X Jennie Jenkins highlighter quad in shade 2. You can clearly see the two that I use quite a bit. I use those two a lot. Nothing to say here. I love it. Brown girl, black girl friendly. Now for eyeshadow palette. So this is the Morphe 3503 palette. This is the one with a little green shadow inside it. And this is a good palette. Now, as I said, I get along with Morphe formula really nicely. So if you do like Morphe formula, you're pretty much going to like any eyeshadow, any of the 35 eyeshadow palettes that they've come out with. It's got the standard browns and the dark shades and the bright shades. It just works. It's a really good everyday palette. You've got a pop of color, green, pink, if you wanted to add color, including those orange shades right there. It's a gorgeous palette. I have nothing negative to say. I just wanted to get some use out of it, and I did, and I do like the formulation of the Morphe palette, so I am a fan for sure. This is another one. This is a 35O Supernatural Glow. This is another neutral palette. All right, as I said, just like the 3503. If you love the Morphe formula, you're going to love it. Clearly, you can see the eyeshadows that I loved the most. I used this. I did create a couple of looks. I'll see if I can find any of the videos or pictures just to pop it in the frame. But I do love this eyeshadow palette. Very easy. You don't have to think too much. Beautiful colors for gradation, for building up intensity. Beautiful neutral colors. Nice and basic palette. This one surprised me. So this one I even did on a Instagram live. I used this palette and boy was I blown away. Like, I didn't think much about it. To be honest, I have a lot of this XX Revolution palettes that I haven't really used. Maybe one or two I've properly used, but this one, I was blown away by all the shades. The shades are so beautiful. The purples come out nicely, but you see those shimmer shades. I need to do some swatches for you, because clearly you can see I've used that one. Do you see how the light picks up? Okay. I'm going to swatch. Now, shades like this are like topper shades, so they look really nicely on shimmer shades. So I'm going to swatch this one again so you can see. And then I'm going to pop this one on top of it just to show you how it changes up. Do you see how it changes up the tone and gives it more of a purple shift now? Now I'm just going to swatch that shade on its own just so that you can see what it looks like. Look at that. Do you see that? And I haven't even used this one or swatched it. So let's swatch that one. Nice dark shade. Look at that. Like, it's just one of those palettes that you don't think too much about it, because you're like, oh, okay, but baby, packs a punch. So Revolution definitely did something with these XX Revolution palettes. I recommend it. If you haven't got your hands on it, definitely do. This is the Decadence Luxe, I believe. It's called Decadent Luxe palette. Definitely check it out. And if you haven't seen the live, it is on my Instagram page if you wanted to watch it, because I was shocked. I was shook. Shookest when I used it, because, you know, I wasn't expecting much. I wasn't expecting any excitement, and then it just hit me like pow. Beauty. All right. This one, I do have a look. I do have a look of this. Hopefully I'll put it up. But this is the Melt Blueprint palette. And my love-hate relationship with Melt is really there. Some palettes I freaking love, some I freaking hate. And I think it's the palettes with a lot of the shimmer shades, because I don't really get along with the shimmer formula because they are thick. I don't care what anyone says. Melt palettes, the shimmers are so thick that it's just not a quick one and done type of look. You really need to think about how you're going to use the formulation. Plus, if you've got hooded lids or if you sweat on your lids, it just cracks. But I did create a couple of beautiful looks using it, and they were just not looks that I wore for a long time, you know? So I didn't really wear it for a long time, and I was all right with it. So that's a matte shade, which is swatching quite shit, but it's still pretty. That's the blue. That's another blue. You see how chunky it is? Like, I really need to rub it in so that it doesn't break. Like, how do they expect you to do that on your lid? How do they expect you to really rub it in so it doesn't break? Anyway, it is a beautiful color story. It was a color story that won me over. It's always the color story that wins me over, to be honest. And I do like the matte formula. It's just the shimmer shades are a little bit thick. But if you like the color story, it is worth the struggle. I'm not gonna lie. I love me a good blue-green color story, so I am happy to struggle a little bit. It's just not something I would wear for long hours. And the last palette is my Pat McGrath. Which one's this one? Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction. This is one of my most recent purchases from Pat McGrath. And I do love this one. And I used it a lot. You can see. Look at that. It's so pretty. How can you not love a little bit of Pat McGrath? She does the best shimmer formulation. And I can't sing to save my life, but I'm trying. Because her work gets me so excited. That is all I have to say about Pat McGrath palettes. Get it while you can. And that's on period. Last few bits. My mascara combination is the Morphe Make It Big and the Big Prime. This combination works. Like, my lashes look ching when I use these two together. One is an eyelash primer, one is a mascara. I will be pulling it back in. This is another primer actually that I use. This is the NYX Shine Killer Primer. And I like this. I only used it twice. But similar to the other primers, just give it time to dry down. And this thing worked really nicely. So I'm very intrigued to use it again. Brow Control Freak. I pretty much use my Ofra Don't Play Gel. It's almost done, but at times when I was trying to mize my Ofra brow product, I use this one. Don't like it. It leaves like a shine or wet look to my brows, which I don't really go for. So my base from P. Louise, nothing new there. My eyeliner from Tarte, nothing new there. I love it. It's one of those tube liners. My brow gel from NYX, nothing new there. It's pretty decent. Loose eyeshadow from Pat in black. So this one is in shade Dark Matter. I pretty much use this for eyeshadow palettes that don't have any black color or anything. And I need some darkness. Let's get the lips. Lips. Alright, so lip products. Let's do Morphe. So I pulled in quite a lot of Morphe products because I do love... Look, I love Morphe. We love Morphe on this channel. I mean, their products work really nicely for me. So I'm hoping they don't F things up to make us not like them, because honestly, it'll be a shame because I love a lot of their products. So this is the matte liquid lipstick in Sweet Tea. This is such a beautiful brown liquid lipstick. Match it with a brown lip pencil and girl, everyday look. To amp it up, give it a little bit of sexiness, add the Froze, whatever, gloss on top, and beautiful. So that was pretty much my combination a lot of the times. I also pulled in another one in Taunt. Yeah, this one is another one, but it has more of like a pinkier undertone. She's also very pretty. My Color Drain lip lacquer in Butterscotch. I love this because I love that really beige light brown look in the center with brown lip pencil around. I love it. This gives me that. This also gives me that. This is from True Glam. It's a gloss in Clarity. And then my lip pencils, I have the Revolution pencil in brown. I have my Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil in Night Shift, is it? Yeah, Night Shift. I've got this one, which I didn't really use, in Underground. It's like a cool tone shade. I've got this one from MUA in So Chic. I pulled it in for the purple lipsticks, which I didn't end up wearing. I've got a couple of MAC lipsticks. So I've got Pure Heroine. Didn't really pull it out. I've got Peach Stock, which I wore a few times. I noticed I'm pretty basic now when it comes to my everyday looks. I really wasn't before, but I think I need to embrace that I'm really, really, really basic for my 9 to 5 job, and that's okay with me. So I used the Obsession from MUA. This is my go-to brown lip pencil. I've got my beautiful lip gloss from Pat McGrath, and this is in Bronze Astral. Love the heck out of this one. And I also pulled in this lip gloss from Trixie in Hater. If it even focus, let's see, will you focus? Come on. There you go, Hater. And then I've got my brow pencil from Revolution Pro. Love this. I use it with the Ofra Don't Play Gel. Works really nicely. I think that's all is that all? No, there's one more. Another lip pencil from Morphe in Barr. It's another beautiful brown. A lot of these lip pencils, I will pull them back in. I will pull them back in because I love them. And then I have these two body sprays. Misguided. I've had this one for a long time. It's the body mist and excuse me. And then I've got this one from So Watermelon body mist. Almost done. Don't know, did I show you guys this one? This is the matte lipstick from MAC in Evening Rendezvous. It's one of their limited edition collections. Didn't use it. Again, I think I am pretty basic now when it comes to my everyday looks. So that is it. Now what I'm gonna do is put these stuff back and then we start picking. So BRB. All right, looks like we're starting here. So I was putting my stuff away and this was the last place, so we're gonna start here. Apologies for my nail, something got caught underneath, sorry. So let's start off with picking my bronzers. Not really a contour person, so we're gonna stick to bronzers. Right, still have the shine from the, anyway, I digress. I always get distracted with all sorts of crap. Anyway, I did say that I'm pulling back in my Morphe because that's how stars do. Phenom is coming back home. I've been getting pretty lazy with changing up my shop, my stash, so I think we're going to pick a little bit more than we need to. This one I haven't used. This is the Pixie X or Plus Promise. This was part of their Pixie Beauty range. So they collaborated with a range of influencers and stuff. You know how Pixie do. And this is one of the products. And this is actually pretty decent looking. This is the Sculptor Palette. And this is in collaboration with Promise. Don't know who she is, but I think she did something here. There are a few cool tone contour shades, but there are a few that I think I can use to bronze. Plus, that's a really exciting and promising looking highlighter. So I want to try it. So we're gonna pull that in, and I'm probably gonna do one more. I'm not gonna pull any of the Morphe face kits because I always do that, and I end up never reaching for anything else. So we're gonna pull in this one because I've pretty much hit pan, and I kind of want to expand it because I've got a backup, and I really want to use the backup. So we're going to pull this one. This is the Benefits Hula Toasted. And I'm going to pull one more. I think I want to pull one of the Colored Rain because I don't know. Am I gatekeeping this product? Why don't I use it? I don't know. So I'm going to pull in this one. And this is the Naughty Spice Bronzer. I love it. It's so pretty. I don't know why the light is making it look cooler tone. It's a little warmer tone, a little bit red compared to what's showing on camera. I am loving the cinematic view. It's so crisp and clear. It's crazy. So we're putting this one in. So that's it. Now, let's pull some blush. It's pretty close up, huh? That's what we're going to do. Anyway, I'm going to pull back in the Wunder 2 because I didn't get to use it. And it's so pretty. It's such a pretty peachy tone. So we're gonna pull it. I know I don't have that much time in the mornings, hence why I don't like to pull in the cream or liquid products, but there are times that I do go out and I want to pull them in for when I do go out. So I am going to pull back in this one because I didn't get to use it and it's not fair, and I'm probably going to use it this time. I do want to pull in the Lottie London blushes. So I'm going to pull in these two because no, actually I like the Red Hot one. I'm going to pull in Red Hot, and this is what it looks like. Don't let it deceive you. This baby is so pigmented on the skin. Lush. So I'm going to pull that in. And one more. I want more like an earthy tone. What's this one? It's too pinky. I don't want to pull in the Morphe one. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I need to. Maybe I need to get. Or maybe I just pull in a liquid one. So this is a Super Dewy from Makeup Revolution. So how about we pull that one? And that's that. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Let's do highlighter. Alright, so we do have quite a lot of highlighters. And I'm gonna behave and not pull too many, she says. I think, let me have a think. Yeah, we're gonna pick a few. So I want to use the MAC, remember this one, the MAC Nutcracker one. I used the heck out of this when it first came out. This is the Copper Face Compact. And that's what mine looks like. I actually used this at one point to bronze because it was pulling warmer than the pinky look in the pan. This is hella old, but I don't care. It's Whisper of Guilt is the highlighter. So we're going to be pulling this in. Such a beauty. Classic one. Another one I want to pull in is Amrezy. Collaboration with ABH. This is a banger. Such a beautiful highlighter. Let's not waste time. Then this one, because I always have to have a rose gold one. I always feel like I always miss out if I don't have a rose gold highlighter. So we're going to pick this one. This is Twinkle from, this is Tickle, I mean, from Benefit. And I want to pick a loose one. So I'm picking in Glamabronze by Jackie Aina and Artist Couture. This is discontinued. This was limited edition. It came back twice though. So if you didn't get your hands on it, I'm sorry. I've been using it just a little bit so I can still have it in my collection. But yeah, those are the highlighters that we'll be putting in. Pretty easy, right? Let's have a look at, excuse me. Let's see, is there anything here? I mean, at this time of the year, I'm wearing turtlenecks and stuff. So there's nothing for like body stuff that I want to pull in. So I'm wearing a lot of turtlenecks. So yeah, I think that's pretty it. So we're on top of my drawer. I have to hold the camera. Apologies if it's going to be shaky. But my primer is going to be pretty simple this time. So I want to pull a hydrate in one. And I think I only use this one once. This is the I Heart Revolution Tasty Watermelon one. And the one time that I used it, I did enjoy how hydrating it was on the skin. I didn't get to use the Huda Beauty too much. I did use it a few times, but I feel like I want to use it some more because I did enjoy it. I do like my Charlotte Tilbury Youth Glow Brightening. It isn't really marketed as a primer. However, I do feel like it gives my skin that luminous brightness underneath, and so I do want to use it because I don't really use it that much. And there's a sister one, which is this one. This is the Wonder Glow Instant Focus Beauty Flash. This is, ooh, well, she's coming in. She's coming. She's eager. So we'll be pulling her in. And I think I want to definitely use this one some more. This is the NYX Shine Killer one. Shine Killer primer. And I'm probably going to pull in this one. This is the Makeup Obsession Pore Perfection Putty, because I don't think I've used this one at all. And I always like to have a pore filling primer just in case, you know, you never know. So I think that's pretty it. Simple, right? Yeah. So I did move my makeup room a little bit. So my foundations are no longer on my vanity. They're sitting on the side on a set of drawers. I do plan on doing like a room. My room is really small, so I don't really want to use the word tour. There isn't that much to see. I just have to get very creative with my space. But I do want to share it because I know some of you ask because it's such a small space. If you live in the UK, you know what box room means. It's literally a box room. But anyway, I digress. So my foundations are here now. Pretty much that's the point. So the weather is weathering, so it's a little cooler. So what foundations am I looking to wear? Actually, I've been on like a revolution detox a little bit because I noticed that a lot of my shop my stash I was just pulling in revolution. I think I'm going to pull in this one. This is the Conceal and Glow from Revolution, and I've got two shades. So this is the F13, which should be all right. But I've also got the F14.2, just in case if it's not okay. I can mix. Soft matte. I'm going to pull in the Uoma Beauty. Say what? Excuse how messy the cap is. And this is in shade I do not know because the sticker is no longer at the bottom. But I have used this in several other videos, so hopefully I can find the shade. Pulling this one in, soft matte. Can't go wrong. I think I want to pull in two more. Is that me being greedy? I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, it's been a hot ass minute since I used this one. This used to be my jam of jams. This is the Revlon Color Stay for combination to oily in shade Caramel. This shade is not gonna match me anymore. I feel like I've gone way darker. It's got SPF 15 in it as well. It's one of the reasons why I like it. So I think I'm gonna mix it in with this one, the True Match. You know, I say it like the True Match is like my go-to mixing shade. So these two together, I'm hoping will be a match made in heaven. Yeah, so we'll pull these two in. That's technically one. So I've got one more to pull. One more. All right. So I actually do have, I keep forgetting that I do have foundations in my drawer. I forget that. I've got foundations in my drawer. So do you know what? I have a love-hate relationship with the Maybelline Fit Me, but I feel like it's going to work for me. So I've got it in 355, and I've also got it in 352. So 352 truffle. I don't know. I can't remember which one was all right. I know they didn't fit me 100%, so I'm gonna bring them both in. No, actually, I think I'm gonna just bring in a 355 because I feel like that's the one that would be better. And it's for normal to oily skin. Honestly, can't remember. I don't think I enjoyed it. But that's what we're gonna do. So foundation sorted. Concealers. So I do have a few concealers. Like I've got my concealers in two trays. First one is going to be the Conceal and Define Infinite in C12.2, which is pretty light. But I don't think I've either got too light, so you see this is C11, or I've got way too dark, which is C16. So we're going to go with that one. Okay. I Heart Revolution Concealer in Pretzel. Let's try this out. It is pretty light, but we'll see. We'll see if I need to bring in a darker shade. Like some of these concealers are hella old. Need to go, but wait till the end of the year. And I also have this one, which is almost finished. This is the Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Illuminate Under Eye Concealer. I do have a video of this. And this is in shade... What shade? What shade are you? Can't remember. Is it there? Oh, deep tan. So I think I'm just gonna try and finish this. It's pretty much at the end of its life. I think 1 or 2 more uses and that will be that. So let's pull back. Ooh, it's so eager. So I'm just gonna pull back the Bye Bye Under Eye that I didn't get to use. And let's see. I think that's that. That's that for concealer. For powder, my powder tray is overflowing. It is indeed. So there are a few powders here that I just do not use. This one is from Wunder too. And this is the Go Beyond Foundation Natural Matte Finish in medium deep. And the reason why I didn't care much about it is this is not medium deep. Like, this is not. There is nothing, I mean, it's soft to touch, but this is not medium deep. I don't know. The tone just looks off to me, so I need to play with that. And then I've had this ColourPop one forever. I mean it, like forever and ever. And I've always thought that is an under eye powder. So I'll probably pull it in. Let's see how it goes. Because I've had it for a really long time. So let's see. This is its time to shine or get tossed. So this is in shade dark. I mean, it's just laughable. That ColourPop thought that this is dark. Like, this is their definition of dark. I'm gonna let them off because that was back in the day. I'm hoping they're a bit more awake right now. Laura Mercier powder. I need to bring her in. It's been a minute. And then I want to use this one because I want to give the Tarte one a rest. So I don't want to finish it because I can't find a backup. And this one is also from Tarte. This is their what powder is this? Shapetape pressed powder in 47N in tan deep neutral. Again, the website, you know, sold me lies, but this will work underneath the eye. It's not gonna work all over my face, but it will all over my face. I'm just gonna pull in the black Opal one, get it done because this baby's almost finished. So now I can pop some things back in here because the drawer was overflowing. Now it should be all right to go. Over here, I'm gonna pull back in my setting mist, told you, and then I'm pulling back in my setting spray. But I also want to pull, because I've got a lot of setting sprays, so I'm going to pull another one. This one is the 24K fixing spray from Revolution Pro. It does have some shimmer particles, so you only need a little bit, like a tinsy wincy bit. And then for some hydration, I am going to pull in, I changed my mind, I'm not going to pull in the Revolution 24K one. I'm going to pull in the Ofra Makeup Fixer because I love this. I remember I used it and I absolutely loved the way it worked on my skin. It was just lush. And for some hydration, I'm going to pull in the NYX Dewy Finish. It's long lasting. I've used this a few times and yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed. So eyeshadow palette. So I'm just going to show you some of the eyeshadow palettes that I've already picked because, you know, I keep my eyeshadows in this bookcase. So it's just going to be really hectic holding the camera. Everything's going to be shaky. Anyway, excuses. So if you've not seen my video showing 30 eyeshadow palettes that I recommend that I'm going to be pulling for autumn, fall, winter months, definitely check it out because some of these palettes, I featured them in that video. And I talked about why I'm pulling them for my autumn palettes. But this one wasn't one of them. So this one is another XX Revolution one. The Decadent Luxe was the one from my previous Shop My Stash. And this one is the Midnight Luxe. Okay, this is what the packaging looks like. Nice velvet, black packaging. Honey, I haven't used this. I'll show you my room. I haven't used this, but look at that quality. That is grunge. If that doesn't scream autumn, fall, winter, party season, I don't know what. And you know from the swatches of the Decadent Luxe that the quality of these XX Revolution palettes are spang. Amazing. So no brainer that I'm pulling this one in. So that's one. I did pull in quite a few items. Another one that I'm pulling in, I've actually used this to create a look, which hopefully I should be able to show you on screen. But this is the Ultimate Utopia palette from NYX. Alright. And I knew this palette would be a banger. I knew it would be amazing the minute I saw it. And I've always wanted it. And it is. Oh, it's so pretty. I've used some shades in this palette to create a look. And it was a really beautiful grungy look. As I said, I hope I'll pop it on screen for you to see. If not, it will be on my Instagram. So definitely follow me on Instagram if you are not. Okay? Let's be friends on Instagram as well. But the colors in this palette are so beautiful. They scream fall. You've got green. You've got olive colors. You've got neutral tones, some cool tones, some warm tones. And some of these topper shades are just so beautiful. I am so excited to pull this one in. So this one definitely had to come in because it blew my mind. This one I showcased in that video. And this is from Unique. This is the Tribes palette from this collection, which is the Fashion Africa. All right. Beautiful. I am loving this camera so much. I hope you are too. And this is the inside of this one. You've got some beautiful colors. I know a lot of people will say, oh, it looks like sunset colors, but honestly, no. I think the shades of the orange and the brown, it's more like pumpkin spice type of feel for me. So this one's coming to the Shop My Stash family. And this one had to happen because I have hauled this palette now. It's going almost a year. And I still haven't used this. Crazy. So this is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. She's brand new. I can't tell you anything other than I hope that the quality is just as great as the other Midi palettes. But I had to pull in a cool tone. And I've already used the AB8 Sultry palette, which you can say, like, if you missed out on the Sultry palette, because I know this is either difficult to find or impossible to find, you can get your hands on the Glam palette. You can see there are a lot of similarities. The color stories are kind of similar. And the undertones. So you can probably still get Natasha Denona. Granted, it's more expensive than the Sultry palette. But if you're looking for a cool tone palette, I'll report back. Let you know how this one goes. But it had to happen. It had to happen before the end of the year. Another one I pulled in is the ABH Novena 3. This is the one with the orange and the greens. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's gorgeous, honey. Look at her. Tell me that isn't a gorgeous palette. The colors are just stunning. And I've only used this maybe twice. I know, shameful. But I'm going to have so much fun with this. It's ridiculous. So I'm excited for that one. Very excited for that. Okay. And then I had to pull in her sister. So this is the latest edition. This is the Novena 5. This is the purple. I have a review. I actually have a review of the Novena 3 as well if you wanted to check it out on my YouTube channel. But this one's recent. So this one I've got a review quite recent on my channel. Novena 5. Purples, cool tones, warm tones. It's the purple lover's dream. Freaking beautiful. The people that were hating on this palette, I don't know what you want from the beauty industry. If you think that this palette is ugly or the colors are ugly, I don't know what you want from the beauty industry. I really don't. Because this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And the last one that I pulled in is really meant to support the Tribes palette from eUnique. By the way, I do have a discount code with eUnique Beauty. Medea J will get you 10% off. It is affiliate. No extra cost to you. Just helps support my channel. This is the Cinnamon by I Heart Revolution. It's an all matte palette. So I do feel like the tones in here will complement the Tribes palettes. It does smell like cinnamon spice as well. Gorgeous. Gorgeous all matte color story. So we're going to be having fun with these. We're going to be having fun. While we're here, let me pick some P. Louise base. Ooh. Let me pick some P. Louise base. Ooh. Let me pick some P. Louise bases to support these palettes. Alright, I may have gone a little bit overboard, but it's better to have a lot than none. Better than bad or better badass. So Bada black base from P. Louise. This is a black. I've also got my standard Room of 5. Love this. I also pulled in one of the crisp finish. Ooh, what one? Smoking hot crisp finish. It has like an orange finish to it. Come on, focus. You know you want to. Tap, tap, tap. There you go. And then another one, basic in, I don't know, I shouldn't put the right in white. Purple Passion is this one. Come on, good girl. Purple Passion. I also pulled one of the Revolution ones, so this is supposed to be a dupe. This is the ultimate pigment base in purple. See how that goes. And my GC base in clean canvas base in white, because I always like to have a white base. Those are the bases. All right, so we're back at the case. I'm gonna clean it out and arrange the makeup that we picked. So this is gonna be like a nice ASR type of thing. So no more talking, let's get to it. Alright, so you'd have noticed that I didn't pull in any lip products, and that's because I find that I prefer to switch up my lip every day. I do have a lot of lip products. So lip is one thing for me that I switch up quite often. So we're not going to be doing that. However, I'm going to pull in my Duraline and my Inglewood eyeliner, pop them in there. And this is my Ofra Don't Play gel, which I pretty much use every day. Mascara is in there, powder is in there, concealer. So the only thing I didn't pull in is my lip products. That's because I'm going to show you how I set up my lips so you can see what I mean. I have a lot of lip products, so and the same with eyeliners. Like, I change up my eyeliners quite often. I change up my lip pencils quite often. So I kind of don't want to pull them in, but what I'll do is the ones that I use, I'll pull them in here so that when I talk to you guys at the next Shop My Stash, I'll tell you which ones I used and what it's like. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna, yeah, let me show you how I display my lips. I have my lip products in 3 different locations. This is the first one, sitting on bank of drawers. So I've got my lip, like it's all the way from the top. So I've got my Ofra stuff, my Color Drain, I've got my Urban Decay and some other high-end lipsticks. I've got my Proper Beauty lipsticks, my ABH lipsticks. I've got my Pat McGrath, Warmer Beauty. I've got Color Drain. I've got Beauty Bay, Color Pop. I've got my MAC lipsticks. I've got my glosses. And then I've got my liquid shadows, which I tend to pull in. So those ones at the bottom. It depends on my mood. I find that when I put it in my Shop My Stash, I don't really use it. And then when I flip over to this side, I've got a couple more lip products here. That's my Gerard Cosmetics, my Makeup Revolution, some of my Trixie Cosmetics, and then this is my drawer of lip pencils. So, and it's pretty much next to me, so it's very easy for me to reach into. And I find that when I leave it and I select it after I've done my makeup, I tend to mix up my lip products a lot more than when it's in my Shop My Stash. And then the third location is here. So I've got my Morphe lipsticks and I've got my GC lipsticks here for easy access as well. So yeah, see, 3 locations for lips, and then I've still got some random ones in my drawer. So I do have a lot of lip products, so I kind of don't want to pull it into my Shop My Stash, but that's it. Let me know your thoughts about the products that I pulled. Do you have any of them in your collection? Have you been finding using the products in your collection? The year is almost over. I feel like I might be able to squeeze in one more Shop My Stash after this one, because I really do want to pull in like the Christmas colors into the new year. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and definitely check out my autumn palette recommendations if you haven't. Ensure you subscribe to my channel on your way out if you haven't, and turn on that notification bell so you know when next I release a video. Plus, as I always say, I do post other content on other social media platforms, so make sure you follow me on Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram. You know, I'm online, find me. Yeah, everything is in the description box. And I'll catch you in a future video. Remember, God doesn't like ugly. Be nice to someone today, and Black lives always matter. And I'll see you soon. Bye.